Neptune Frost utilizes the technology of the musical as a liberating force, hacking into the hegemonic mainframe by merging binaries, code, through visual nonconformity and complex unifying wordplay. Rhythmic miners extract finite resources, sync for the circuit board, and Methuselah rejects the pastor's assault, and instead embraces Neptune's invitation to refactor the systems of meaning. Oral tradition reprograms language, gender is merged, intersex, and rhetorical rhymes reframe the apparatus. Costuming acts as textural reframing, clothing inhabiting repurposed aesthetics. Bike parts suddenly signify meta, physical transportation. Simultaneously, the lighting mixes complementary colors with shadows. Brown skin glows pink, orange, and green, allowing the viewer to appreciate melanin's harmony with a variety of polychromatism. Functionally, Neptune Frost hacks cinema. The justice algorithm is maintained by a lust for more fuel in an unending electronic conquest. The workers, meanwhile, have their imaginations, an infinite resource in a finite situation. A powerful ore serves as symbolic embodiment, depicted through Anísia Ozyman's cinematography, which shows a tilted close-up, first of the ore itself, then a pan to the face, which thematically evokes a personal connection. Tingling buzzing created by sound designer Blake Lay evokes first glimpses at rhythmic revolution. Whatever is inside this ore is more than consumption, a force for vivid possibility. The justice algorithm is computated when vivid possibility exceeds robotic definition. The rhythms within the ore are able to be fully released outside of computational fuel. Neptune Frost sets free a triumphant chorus of West African drumming and polyrhythms. Joy is a revolutionary act. In an attempt to contain collective feeling reconstitutes the freedom of feeling. Ozyman shows the powerful soul of each Rwandan turned Burundian. Song hacks reality, each beat of the techno drum ushering in cross-dimensional dreamscapes. The collective release of creative energy is the source that powers the mainframe of Neptune Frost, literally manifesting the title card into frame. Once the dreamscape is crossed, the notion of a direct cinematic empirical observation becomes irrelevant. The film revels in its abstract joys, imbuing the environment with a mass selection of repurposed signifiers, a clever way of showing the truth without needing to tell it. The interface of costumes and sets function as a kaleidoscopic apparition of ones and zeros, literal and metaphorical code switching. Neptune, whose portrayal merges between performances by Cheryl Ishega and Elvis Nagabo, proves that Switch is irrelevant because Neptune is also. Production designers Cedric Mizero and Anthony Nishiyamana dress Neptune in clothing conceptual outside of historical gendered binary. The only context it inhabits is the context of the collective technological imagination. Other characters, such as Methuselah, memory, and psychology, are dressed in clothing that puts an emphasis on recycled beauty. The outfits look simultaneously homemade and hyper-futuristic. This ties thematically into the idea of once again computating the justice algorithm. Clothing is more beautiful when it is reborn. In Neptune Frost, Tashomi Gabriel's ideas of third cinema are manifested and responded to. The narrative's depiction of the repurposing and distribution of the United States technologies shows that international dependence can be cleaved through the filmmaker's love and passion. Visually, Neptune is of the dreamscape, manifested by it. Revolution is melody, and the words of the activist are the lyrics. The character of Methuselah is the metaphorical Gabriel-esque Rwandan activist, refuting the imposed justice algorithm and therefore drawing in Neptune, who is Bundarian art itself. Neptune is born out of this refutation. So transcendent and beautiful it exceeds the very context of the justice algorithm, coding something new. When the revolutionary artistic creation and activist creator collide, anything is possible. Mazzaro and Nishiyamana generate images of distorted technological landscapes when Neptune and Methuselah's presents are crossed. The love of the activist artist and their radical creation is so powerful, it computes the very context on which meaning stands. Art is no longer a counter-movement, but an entirely new world. The justice algorithm is computated when art becomes emotion. Neptune Frost creates its own code and writes computational poetry, producing new knowledge and hacking cinema.